With 2 games remaining here in Season 8 in the Arkansas State Dynasty, we're trying to make it back to the SEC Championship game, a game we lost last year to Georgia. We have started the season with a perfect 10-0 record. Honestly, it hasn't been the most challenging schedule to this point. We've won a lot of blowouts. Now, the game against Georgia, that was great. And today I think we play a couple more potentially tougher games. We'll see. Auburn is 7-2. Ole Miss to be 17th with a 6-3 record? That's kind of shocking. Auburn's losses were to South Carolina by 2, and then a lopsided game against Georgia. But we're chasing more than just the SEC title today. We're also trying to put running back Brian Maddox in position to be the first Heisman Trophy winner I think the channel has honestly seen. Whether it's a road to glory or anything, have I ever won a Heisman here? One thing I can't remember is if the regular season is all that goes into winning the Heisman or if it's including like conference championship week. But this is the closest we've gotten to winning a Heisman Trophy, and Brian Maddox is the nation's leading rusher with 1,509 yards, 22 touchdowns. And that includes getting over 100 yards on the ground in every game with at least 1 touchdown. And then you've got receiving success on top of that. Gerald Ogletree begins the day with 26 passing touchdowns, 8 interceptions. And our leading receiver this season is Kenneth Agood in yards and receiving touchdowns. But man, this offense feels very complete, especially looking at the last handful of games. I think it's some of our best offensive play that's now been coupled with by far the best defense that we've played, especially when you consider how many turnovers this team is forcing. We are not a dominant pass rushing team in my eyes, although I guess we grade out pretty well there. It's the interceptions that really stand out. Andre Adeyemi has 8 interceptions. The new starting cornerbacks, Trey Bradford and Vernon Fantuz, each have 4 interceptions. And there are 10 players who have picked off a pass this season. So thank you for all the support here in Season 8. We've got 2 more games to cover today. Before we get started, I do want to respond to some of the feedback on the last video where I did announce that I'd be doing year 9 here in the series. So this is not going to be the final year of our journey. But I've also talked about not necessarily doing this type of a series on the next college football game. On this channel, my series have, for years, been about franchises and dynasties, mainly on football, where we're playing every game of every season. There is no simulation. It really wasn't until the recent Montreal Snowhawks series where I began to experiment more. It's a series that probably feels more at home over on the second channel where I have done some different type of content. But here on the main channel, I haven't done much like that. And what I saw in the feedback is that many of you do not want to see the series go away where I'm playing every game and we get that big, deep experience. And I definitely don't want to stop doing that type of content. I really like the big dynasties and franchises, and although I can't play every game over on like MLB The Show, I enjoy where those series get to after years of building and then having a team that really feels like something you've crafted. I do want to try doing some other types of content, like the Snowhawks was definitely years in the making where I've had some ideas and I finally had the idea and approach to the series that I wanted to throw out there, and it got great feedback. The big thing for me is I've done very little for the last couple cycles on this channel outside of my big Buffalo Dynasty and now the big Arkansas State Dynasty. And originally I had wanted to stop this series back around like February so that I could then work on some other projects until the summer came around again and the new games would come out. Well, this series wasn't ready to end then. I worked on the big Snowhawks project then, so that never really happened. And now we're basically 2 months away from the next game coming out. I don't do as many series at once like I used to. These videos have gotten so big, and it's hard to juggle 3. I did it a little bit with the Snowhawks, but I don't think that the upload schedule and everything was optimal for really anything I was working on at the time. I do feel like if I go to some more single season formats or change some things up, I can get around to more ideas and more games. And it's not because I don't want to do like the classic series anymore where I'm playing everything. And actually, like, that even has changed a lot in the last year with the live commentary and the multi-game episodes, which I think is really nice. Makes it possible to get through 10 seasons in a calendar year and play everything, which is pretty cool. I'm just not sure right now if I want to commit to doing 8 to 10 years again on another dynasty in 2 more months, just to start up a new series like that. One thing I'm thinking about too is if I want my next big series to be on Madden instead and to do, a play everything classic series, but here on Livecom in Madden instead of CFB. I don't know if I can do both games at once. I think that'd be really tricky with juggling things on the second channel, especially because I'm still working on baseball while CFB and Madden come out traditionally. I don't really know yet what the plan is with the next CFB game. I've played so much of it for the last 2 years that I'm definitely interested in switching it up. And I think it's better I just throw that out there now than have anybody's hopes up for another dynasty that I can't commit to 100%. I've also not tried doing a dynasty where I'm doing more of a single season format with some simulating. I don't know if that's what anybody would want on this channel. I enjoyed the Snowhawks format. I think it would apply well to some other ideas and allow me to get through some things quicker. I've kind of struggled to put together that perfect blueprint for what series I'm working on, when these games come out, when they wrap up, and when I move on to things. Like, it would have been really cool, I think, if I had done the experience in full by, like, February, and then had, like, the whole spring and everything there, like 4 or 5 months to tinker with other ideas before getting back into CFB all over again. It's too late to do that here in 2026. But one thing I wanted to clear up is that these types of series are not going to be done here on this channel. I don't know if the next one's going to be on CFB 27, but I am well aware that when you play every game and you go through all these years, like, that's where you have these really special experiences. I do think I found ways to incorporate simulating and still have series where you get a very deep experience. But these football series where I play every game are not going to disappear. And I think for the next series that I do, whether it's on CFB or Madden, I think I have a better way to approach it where we're going to be relying a lot on those multi-game episodes, and I think getting through seasons at a faster rate. I've enjoyed like how fast year 7 was in terms of just like the videos and the number of games in those. My videos have had to get longer to like do all this, but I think it works for my style of content, and it seems that y'all are still on board with that style of content, even if it's packaged a little bit differently. So I want to thank you all for all the support and the concern about like a potential loss of this style of series. My intention is not to go away from this and just move on to something Snowhawks related on a regular permanent basis that replaces everything. I do want to branch out and try some other things, but I feel like I would not be able to actually get rid of this style of content entirely. Not only is it what most of you know the channel for and why you keep coming back, but it's the way I like to play. And if you've watched any of my baseball stuff recently and heard me talk about how I wish I could play all 162 in an MLB season, that's the type of experience I really enjoy. Maybe I should actually preview Auburn before we get the games underway today, but I hope that clears up at least some of the concern. I guess if there are any other questions, you can leave those down below. But I guess we can focus on the pair of games we are focused on now in this episode. Auburn is up first. They're led by 2 edge rushers and quarterback Alan Breida. I know that name. I know Alan Breida. I'm pretty sure we have recruited him. I'm almost certain I did. I tend to trust my memory in these moments. I'm thinking he was like a gem JUCO player. and I had recruited him at one point. Alan Breida now with Auburn. 89 overall with the boost. Good left tackle in Dontrell Demento. Couple good running backs here. One is injured. Kyrie Harmon out. Terrence Langston in. Some good offensive linemen. How's that secondary looking here? Ooh, I don't know if that's going to be enough to slow down what we've been putting on the field lately. And this is our last home game of the year. It's senior day, everybody. We're decked out in all red with the chrome helmets. Oh, yeah. That's the fit you wear here on senior day. Arkansas State looking for win number 11. The defense is riding high. The offense is supporting a Heisman Trophy campaign. A special season is in the works. We're trying to complete the regular season today. Arkansas State's up first. And we are underway with Kenneth Agood taking it out. And he is brought down at the 20-yard line. I pretty much bring out the kick if it's the opening kick every time, but I almost always get touchbacks on the other ones. Depends. I have to convince myself it's worth it to return later on, but it just feels right to start a game. We will begin with the play clock winding down, hoping to avoid delay of game. We do. It is going to be dumped outside, and here is Maddox on the catch. Brian Maddox first down. Gerald Ogletree comes into this game red hot. First carry for Maddox is a gain of 1. We have some more visiting prospects here, a couple 4-stars in attendance as we've put together a great recruiting class to this point. Second down and 9, wide open, caught by Christian Fine, down the sideline for 66, touchdown Red Wolves. This has become one of my favorite routes, period. It kind of started for me in the Snowhawks series with Denario Barnes and finding different ways to use his blazing speed. But we've applied that now to Christian Fine in some cases, working out of the slot. I don't know what happened here. It's man coverage from Auburn. 23 here just loses him and got stuck or something. So Christian Fine by himself, thought it might have been overthrown initially. That's a nice way to kick off senior day. Ole Miss defeated Texas, so there'll be a 3-loss team when we clash in the season finale. That'll be at Ole Miss. And now Auburn will take over, trying to find a way to solve a defense that has reached its final evolution this year. I've always been a guy that my favorite play in football, for as long as I can remember, is the interception. You might think that's why I throw them so much. That's for entirely different reasons. But to finally have this ball-hawking defense, man, it is a dream come true. We've played some really good football lately. We've been playing a lot more quarters coverage. It seems to work really well for us and our athletes we have on this defense. Kind of struggling against the run lately. One thing to keep an eye on as the screen for Auburn results in a first down. Breida fakes the toss, throws downfield, and blocks set up. He's got a catch and run. Loose inside the 20. Chased down at the 10. And Auburn is in business. Goal to go Tigers with a keeper. Breida with blocking. Touchdown. Tigers tie it. And we're off to the races here in the opening minutes. See, like this time, I'm just going to take a knee. I don't actually want to return that one. Single high from Auburn. This drive begins. Maddox on the sweep. Runs ahead to the 30-yard line. The playbook has felt more wide open this year than ever before. Coming across is Kenneth Agood. He can't hold on. And it's a 3-and-out. Screens are another thing that can get us into some trouble. Auburn had a great opening drive, now trying to follow it up, and it's out and caught. That is Mike Manley, the wide receiver. Breida opens 3 of 3, 81 yards with a rushing touchdown. Terrence Langston here, the running back. Breida fires over the middle, and it's hauled in. 1st and 10, just in front of the corner there. Ran that route perfectly. Breida is over 100 yards passing already. Auburn facing a 2nd and 10. And that's a run right into the blitz. Back playing quarters this time, and here is Max Dorsey! Sacked! Back at midfield. You could play any coverage and that would have worked. Seven apiece. Arkansas State ball, and Maddox is hit down with a gain of 5. Play action. Over the middle goes Ogletree. Christian Fine for another big pickup of 22. New set of downs. And dumped off to Charlie Orndorff. A gain of 6. What's really made this version of the offense possible is by far the best offensive line we've ever built. Brian Maddox, 1st down carry. I mean, I think we've taken under 15 sacks this season. 3 stars along this offensive line, and they do a great job in both the pass and the run game. Auburn sees they have to sell out to stop the run. Play action. Downfield, it's put up in the end zone. There's a flag down. There was contact, and that's going to go against Auburn. Now they're playing 2 deep safeties, and we're going to give them a Brian Maddox 1st down carry. 1 man to get around, maybe 2. He reaches ahead and makes it goal to go. Coates is the motion man. They mirror him on 1st down to the end zone. Touchdown for Christian Fine. He's always open. Touchdown, Arkansas State. Auburn trying a 1st down run. Andre Adeyemi is in the mix. We get them to 2nd and long, and the catch is made on the outside, 9 yards. Tigers need 1. Inside give, and just enough. Watch out off the slot. Randall Lyles sacked. Coming off a 2-sack day. So we're playing more quarters, but from time to time, we're sending some of these pressures too. We're attacking the left sides of these lines often. Randall Lyles flying off the edge, just trying to get somebody unblocked. So we're going to overload to one side oftentimes, and Randall Lyles is the beneficiary. Receivers get a cushion on 3rd and 13 as Breida will get about 10, and the drive is over. 14-7 Arkansas State, and this is going to be a screen out in space. Maddox with the 1st down catch. Depends how they call that one. But it's a 1st down for the Wolves. Play action. Downfield. Got him. That's a Kenneth Agood this time. These receivers just so consistently get open. And I think maybe I'm just seeing it better because I don't have to worry as much about this line. Like, it's different when you're playing the game and you've got to, like, babysit your linemen because you're getting hit all the time quick and you have to, like, see the pressure before it shows up. Like, you can't do that and not miss guys downfield. And when you have a line that can protect, like, separation on the intermediate routes is actually quite easy if you get the time. It's the time that's the problem, not getting open or the route running. It's almost never that. Incomplete here on 2nd down. 3rd down and 3. We hit him with the draw play. Maddox, he got the 1st. Guess who's also coming off a pretty good game? Bradley Durham had a 100-yarder, spinning his way to the 5. Durham, goal to go. What happens here if I just motion fine? I didn't want to actually have him go all the way across. I was hoping he wasn't on the line of scrimmage earlier. That's flipped to Maddox, and what a block! Touchdown! That wasn't what I was trying to set up on this play. But, like, this team is just so good, man. You can't go wrong sometimes. Touchdown, Brian Maddox. The streak continues. 11 straight games with the Red Wolves. So at the start of this play, Fine was off the line, and Agood was on the line. So I thought I could motion Fine to basically be right here and then snap the ball. That way he'd block the end if, like, the tackle didn't engage, or at least create a block here for the linebacker to go around. I was just trying to set up the option to where I thought it would be a little bit cleaner. Turns out the numbers advantage was plenty enough of an advantage already. That block, though, right there, I don't know how this isn't like a penalty. Got him turned around there, depleted him. Come on, man. 21-7, the Red Wolves are attempting to pull away. That blitz almost got there. It did force the underneath pass. Here's a run against our stacked front and loose in the secondary, racing into Red Wolves territory. We give up a big one from the 27 to the 27. That's 46 yards. Auburn with pressure. That pass is incomplete. Lyles on coverage. Langston is met in the backfield by Elijah Hopper. If there's any weakness that we have, it's the big play from the running back, whether it's on a run or a screen. That's the one flaw in this defense. Now 3rd and 11, underthrown, not a reach. Max Dorsey is having himself a day against that left tackle. 3 more on the board for Auburn as Maddox is met. Trying to run our favorite play there on 1st down. Rolling right, design sprint pass, and Ogletree throws behind the target, Agood. 3rd down and 10. Throwing across the middle, and it collided. I was trying to go to Orndorff, and Coates happened to be in the way. Here's a run to the outside. Livingston. Good spin. It's a throw now. Breida sacked. Brazil. Back at the 34. 3rd down and 14. They run. Shocking. Brazil makes that play too. 3:13 to play in the first half as Arkansas State's back to work. Here is Orndorff on the catch. So that corner route, we're throwing it from time to time, but it's also just a really good field stretching route. Because you're drawing the linebackers' attention there. These guys got to respect them. Like 3 guys are there making sure we don't go to Christian Fine for a big play. And we can settle it down to Charlie Orndorff instead. Maddox getting room to run. Watch out. Sprinting into the secondary to the 47. Still ahead of the 2-minute timeout. Underneath for Coates. This time it was intended for him. They're sending pressure. Looking for Orndorff. Lobbed up for him. He's got it. The rebound by Charlie Orndorff. Actually throwing with some touch has been one of the most refreshing things. The issue, like why I hadn't really been doing it, is because the muscle memory wasn't there, because you have to really tap the button now. There are so many times where I throw a bullet pass and I wasn't intending to, and it used to be, a different muscle memory back in the day, where if you just tapped it, you might throw an actual rainbow. You had to hold it down. There was a better feel for love between the rainbow and the bullet pass type throw, with a little bit of touch. And it's hard for me to get, you see there's basically 4 levels of the throw. Getting 2 and 3 is the hardest for me. 34 seconds left. I've been trying to waste time here, so this is the last possession. I think I've been successful in that. Let's try to get the most out of it. So we've got Coates in motion. 3rd down and short. And I think they were going to have both options taken away. Jamie Finger kicks it through. If that was a strong kick, I was not going to make that one. And it's a 2-touchdown lead. Not much time for Auburn. They'll see if they can set up maybe a Hail Mary. Breeda's done a pretty good job not putting the ball in harm's way so far. And on 3rd down, he coughs it up. Auburn will keep it. We call a timeout. Yeah, again, I'm trying to force them to punt because they're so far backed up, but they're still willing to go for a Hail Mary at this area of the field. So I should let that go. 4 seconds to go. We did intercept a pre-halftime Hail Mary last episode. Breida lets it fly. Defenders in the area, and it's almost intercepted by Dontre Guyon. Arkansas State playing really well here in the first half. Very happy with this. Auburn football to begin the second half. Breida blitzed, pressured, and incomplete. Their line's not holding up well. This is one of the best games I think our front four has played. 4 on the rush. That will get just 1. And we've been getting them into 3rd downs where I feel like we are in the driver's seat. Tigers need 9. Only 4 sent. Slant. Caught. Good call. 2nd down and 7. That's open. Complete over the middle to Jeff Montgomery. Inside give. Langston with one of his better opportunities. 7 yards on 1st down. Running back motions out. 3rd and 5. Breida. Wide open. A 1st down to Costanzo. I think they've approached this game offensively better than many teams lately. Down the field, a great throw and catch. It looked a little risky. Breida now 16 for 22. Definitely a top quarterbacked game against us to this point. They'll try Langston, and he's not going anywhere. Tyree Figueroa. Faking the toss, and now a missed tackle, gain of 7. Auburn needs the 6-yard line to convert, and Breida, short of the sticks, will not come close. They're on a hash here playing on the road. These kicks are tough. 28 yards out. Got it. 24-13. Arkansas State with the lead. As this ball's launched, Agood the target. Oh, what a catch! Spun around, pulled it down. Arkansas State to the 19. We just have so many ways we can beat you. This is just phenomenal body control by Kenneth Agood. The corner misses the ball on his swipe. Here we go. Ogletree on senior day. What a game. What a job protecting him now. Ogletree to the 7. That play is just silly. Just silly. They covered everything pretty well, and there was still nothing but space. 7 yards out. Maddox spun, got the block, and in! Touchdown! Brian Maddox, number 2 on the day. One of my absolute favorite ball carrier moves is the spin in this specific instance, where you're trying to get your blocker set up on a player. And so we spin off of that block. It slows him down, creates the right angle and everything. for that defender to be taken out of the play. I've had smoother versions of this, not running into the blocker like that. But that's a move I go to so often. Arkansas State trying to pull away, 31-13. Auburn facing 3rd and 6. Breida has time, looks deep, has single coverage, and it's knocked away by Trey Bradford. Arkansas State in control. The next goal for us is to get Maddox to 100 yards, and he might be there now, still going inside the 40. He's at 93. Maddox getting it. Love the way Coates flies in there for the block, and he is over 100 yards again. Back to the air on 1st down. We've got one-on-one. Intercepted. Trying to give Christian Fine a chance, and that was ugly. Taj Avery on the interception. You'd like for this to end up in a spot where Christian Fine can run under it, but to underthrow it just gives the advantage to the DB. Auburn needed a break like that. Can they take advantage? Bradford on the coverage, incomplete. I wasn't sure how good this secondary would be this year, but the safeties took a colossal leap, and these new corners have been so fun. Langston inside with a good run. 5 on the rush. Watch out! Breida sacked. 5th of the day for Arkansas State. Auburn has not fared well when taking big losses. We rotate in some fresh D linemen. 3rd down and 15. Breida again has to throw it short, and they do not get the 1st down. Last play of the quarter, and we're getting Bradley Durham a chance, and he gains 7. Durham on back-to-back carries, but this time stuffed. Auburn needs to keep their defense's time on the field to a minimum. 3rd down and 3. Hitting them with a play action, and dumped off to Miles Allen. Continuing to give a rest to Maddox, and that is Charlie Orndorff hauling in a gain of 8. It's Maddox, just too quick for him. He's got the 1st. Out goes Maddox. And now he's going to turn up with a catch and get 7 more. This is going to be another throw for Maddox, and I don't know why we're racking up the receptions now, but suddenly 4 for 41 in that department. They do bring extra pressure. Passes out into the hands of Sean Coates. A 300-yard day for Gerald Ogletree in his final regular season game at home. 2nd and 10. Could not hook up with Fine on the RPO. Out goes Maddox. Floated up now. 2-on-1. Should not have thrown that pass. And Jamie Finger makes this 34-13. Arkansas State up 21. One thing they have not done today is get a takeaway. Here's a sweep from Langston. The run game has shown a little bit of hope as the game has gone on, but now there's little time to explore that avenue. 7 minutes to go. 1st down, Breida lets it develop and finds DeAndre Talbot. 1st and 10. Oh, that was close. Isaiah Harris did not see it. 6:42 remaining. Yeah, I don't like this coverage. I want out. I couldn't skip it in time. Blitz! Sacked! Figueroa figures it out. 3rd and 19. Back to the screen that launched their first successful drive and their only touchdown. And now they'll have to go for it. 4th and 14 Auburn. We're in desperation mode for them. Breida facing a four-man rush. Lets it fly. Intercepted by Randall Lyles. And now he's running it back. Up the numbers. Will the streak continue? Pick six. Touchdown, Arkansas State. In and out of the hands of the receiver with Lyles awaiting. Did we have a pick six every game last episode? I felt like we did. There were a lot. Randall Lyles collects the interception. What a play. I've loved assembling this team, and to see it all come together here in Season 8 has been very special. Breida, 5 minutes to go. Again, lets it fly. Incomplete. Bradford ain't giving up much. Sacked. Jeffrey Brazil. This is a multi-sack game. We'll have to check the team leaders again. Dorsey's been matching him for the most part this season. That is caught. And again, fourth down. 4th and 14. Underthrown. The receiver cannot squeeze it. Trey Bradford makes the play. This has been a regular occurrence in the fourth quarter. Matt Priester hands off to Bradley Durham, and he fumbles the football. How did we get it back? Got to be careful there. I'm usually not trying to reach the ball out. I'm trying to initiate a truck, and I haven't gotten a good feel for that control whatsoever. Now we got Maddox in the game here. Didn't edit the entire depth chart. So let's just throw it then, or take the sack. Durham on 3rd and 24. Runs us ahead to the 35-yard line. Jamie Finger, another long kick off the crossbar. Did not get all of it. Yeah, I did not put enough power on that. Should be the final play of the game as Arkansas State is prepared to move to 11-0. And we have reached the end of Game 11. Another successful senior day in the Arkansas State Dynasty. And we are now guaranteed to be a one-loss team at worst going into conference championship season. We only faced 7 third downs today. That's how successful we were on early downs. We ran 52 plays, averaged 8.6 yards per play. Gerald Ogletree, 300 yards on 27 attempts, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Brian Maddox, $114, 2 scores to go with 41 yards through the air. Nice day for Christian Fine, basically a big first half. Isaiah Harris, 16 tackles, 4 TFLs for Jeffrey Brazil. He looked good today. The whole D-line was in the face of Breida throughout the game. And even despite that, I thought Breida played one of the best games against us by a quarterback this season. 299 on 42 attempts, no touchdowns, 1 pick. They just did not have the answers once the first play of a drive didn't go their way. George Big Hill has just joined the recruiting class. That means we got the number 1 and number 2 running backs in the country. Randall Lyles is the latest defender to win Defensive Player of the Week, an award we've won like 6 or 7 times this year. George Big Hill is actually the number 1 rated prospect in the entire country, not just the best running back. We have made this running back university in the Arkansas State Dynasty. Number 1 and number 2 are coming our way. Big Hill is your elusive bruiser archetype, but 90 speed, 91 acceleration with that bruising skill set is really exciting. While Cordell Melvin is an east-west playmaker, he has more speed, more burst, So you're really perfectly set up for the future of this backfield, along with the best receiver in the country. We really got the top 3 prospects, and then the number 5. This class is going to be incredible. I don't care if Georgia has all these 4 stars. Our class should be the best. We're still losing on some of these battles, though. Ezekiel Bullitt has chosen Clemson. We're locked out here for center Danny Bohannon. I had just put a bunch of points into that battle. If we win, we are going to the conference championship. It'll get messy if we lose. There are currently 3 other one-loss teams. The only one that we've played is Georgia, and we would own a tiebreaker over them. So if we win this next game, we move on and begin our postseason run. The Rebels come in number 14 in the country despite 3 losses. Those losses were to South Carolina, Florida, and Georgia. Paul Hopper is still there. I feel like he's been there forever, and he's only a junior. He's the real deal. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the conference, one of the best I know we've played against. 3rd-year starter, phenomenal numbers for 3 straight years. Jared Davis is the leading rusher. They don't have like a standout running back with a high overall. Best receiver this year, Lyle Stye. We have a few more interceptions than them, too. Stye and Kane Shao are their top 2 receivers. They've built up a pretty good offensive line. We'll see if Brian Thorne can hold up against Max Dorsey, who's been dominating opposing left tackles, it seems, for weeks. Jalen Godwin, good cornerback on the outside. They have some good linebackers. Hopper is a stud at quarterback. This should be a fun final game before the postseason begins. I can't wait. This team is clicking, and I think we're playing the best football we have all series. One more look here at the Heisman watch. Number 1 player is still Brian Maddox, as Tavares Kamara has slipped into 4th. So now the runner-up is Chad Block, quarterback for LSU. He won't be able to transfer anywhere because he's a redshirt senior. But here's the top competition right now for Maddox. A quarterback who has 39 touchdowns, 4 picks, almost 4,000 yards. 3rd school in 3 years. Just pick one, bro. He has some rushing success, too. So we've got to make sure Maddox does not get chased down by Chad Block. As of right now, Block is the nation's leading passer by both touchdowns and passing yards. And Brian Maddox is the nation's leading rusher with a 150-yard lead on Willie Graves. And Maddox has 24 rushing touchdowns to go with 3 more receiving. One more test. On the road, Ole Miss is the opponent. Arkansas State going for a perfect 12-0 regular season. Welcome to the season finale, everybody. Jamie Finger has it teed up. And we'll send our defense out as we get this season finale underway. Ole Miss on the return, brings it across the 15 and will open at the 17-yard line with Paul Hopper. And I want to see if we can continue getting the pick sixes and the turnovers against a quarterback that I actually fear a little bit. Hopper, high snap, fakes on first down, fires over the middle, incomplete. Vernon Fantu's on the coverage. When we go to some of these blitzes here, that's opening up that 10 to 15-yard dig route. And at the very least, we're able to contest it. So it's still a play teams are not getting reliably. Hopper down the middle and caught. That's a 31-yard catch. And now they change the play and they go spread out. Not liking the way this is set up. First down, Hopper has time and dishes complete, his 3rd straight completion. 2nd down and 4, and the first run of the day goes for a minimal gain. Facing 3rd down and 4, Hopper again with time, looks downfield and hooks up with his receiver. We went man-to-man that time. Ignore the cover 4. I think that the play arts there is messed up when they're in hurry up. Motioning the receiver, and here's a run to the right. Red zone trip for the Rebels. Promising starts. There's a big difference in how they've been able to protect Hopper on this opening drive. 3rd down, and against the blitz, Figueroa upends the running back. And despite losing one, they're going for it. 4th down and 4 for Paul Hopper. A statement-making attempt here on the opening drive. He puts it up. Corner, end zone, and caught! Bradford got boxed out by Lyle Stye. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Is that a top 5 drive for a team against us all year? I thought Bradford was in a good spot, but as he got in position, he got behind the receiver, and he gave him the advantage. Kenneth Agood handles the return and brings us to the 21-yard line as Brian Maddox and Gerald Ogletree lead us into our 12th game. 3 receivers. 1st down for Ogletree. Stadium pulse rocking. Ole Miss off to a great start. Inside give. Patient with Maddox. Only a gain of 1. You know these road games are a completely different type of test. I mean, we were down 2 scores early to Vandy when we played them. Bad pass by Ogletree. Brings up 3rd down on the opening drive. Ole Miss sends 4. Pass right on the money for Sean Coates. And they come out playing single high on this 1st down. We audible and dump it off to Maddox. Gaining 4. 2nd down and 6 coming across. That's complete to Coates. Trying to get around Maddox. He's up to the 41. Here's Maddox. And Ole Miss is showing some more fight against the run on this opening drive than we've seen from many teams. 3rd down now for Ogletree, needing 7. And Fine is left alone for the 1st down catch. Now a quick hitter and batted down at the line of scrimmage. Very impressive stuff from Ole Miss. Ogletree now hits, cannot deliver to Orndorff. 3rd and 10, out goes Maddox. Empty Ogletree. Back to pass, it is out. Agood can't hold on. And they put some serious pressure on us with that drive. 43-yard attempt now for Jamie Finger. Field goal try is up and good, 7-3. Ole Miss will start the 2nd drive. And we're getting sloppy again with our tackling. It's a 1st down for Lyle Stye. Sweeping to the outside with Rome and breaking one to midfield, Jared Davis. And you start to understand why this 3-loss team is number 14 in the country. Play action, Hopper under pressure, but delivers a perfect pass at the 30-yard line. This is their spread look. They play wide on 2nd down. That's contested. Trying to keep them out of the end zone with this drive. Hopper's throw is delivered high, incomplete. And here comes Richard Da Silva to attempt a 43-yard field goal attempt. Kick is up, and we had a chance to block it. I took a bad angle to the holder. Ogletree starting this possession. He's off the mark, and Maddox had a lot of room to run. Here is Maddox now on the carry, and he gets some daylight. Out of the shadows and across the 25. We need to start stacking some completions in the passing game. Coates coming across the middle, has the first down. What's made our passing game really work this year is that we've had a good completion percentage. When Ogletree misses throws and he's closer to 50%, things don't come together the same way. Now into Ole Miss territory. Pass is incomplete. Coates couldn't hold on. This may very well be 4-down territory. 3rd down and 5. Back to pass, and now buying time is Ogletree. He'll keep this and get the first. Durham, the running back, play action, and short. That's a good, wrapped up with a first down. We're managing Maddox here close to the end of the quarter. We'll get Bradley Durham a touch and take it to the second. Play action pass to the end zone. What a throw! Gerald Ogletree. That's Sean Coates for the game-tying touchdown. He ripped that one. You need some serious arm strength to throw that ball right there. Hopper with a quarterback keep. Hit by Andre Adeyemi. And Josh Pope is going to come out of the game. They have a star at center and a star at right tackle. 3rd down and 5. Hopper facing extra pressure. Takes off. Now throws. Incomplete. Tried to throw from Mario Yeboah. And that is a 3-and-out. Best defensive sequence for either side. And now Agood will have a chance to run it back from the 42 to the 47. We give it to Maddox to start the drive, and he's trying to break through. It's still a good run of 10. Ogletree on 2nd down. Oh, had a shovel pass there for Maddox. Lineman got in the way. 3rd down and 10. Pressure off the slot, and that is incomplete. Trying to pin them now. Both teams get stops, and we do. Hit it at the 5-yard line. Inside give. We're all over that. Play into the boundary, and a good screen to pick up some breathing room. 3rd and 6. Hopper fakes, throws, and it's batted down by Isaiah Harris. So after 4 scoring drives, now 3 straight with no points and no first downs. And here is Agood into Ole Miss territory and setting us up at the 44. Georgia plays LSU this week. I just saw down below. So somebody's going to take a loss, and there'll be one fewer one-loss team then in the conference. We really should be pulling for Georgia because we own the tiebreaker, but would I want to face Georgia in the title game? Absolutely not. This one's out to Coates, and he'll dive ahead, getting first down yardage. Now feeding Maddox, and he'll get upfield for about 6. Running with Maddox again, the first down, and reaching the 21-yard line. Now we head back to the air. This one's lofted out, looking for Christian Fine, out of bounds. That's about where you want that ball. Maddox now taken down to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Trying to get to the Ole Miss 10. Maddox picks up a block, and they still get the pressure. Marco Exum. And a field goal try again. Jamie Finger kicks this through. Arkansas State takes their first lead. 13-10. The defense has been in control. Lyles breaks up the pass. Sometimes that first drive of the game is the toughest. We're settling in, making our plays. Hopper has to react to pressure and throws a strike over the middle. That time they beat Randall Lyles. Hopper fakes the jet motion. Good catch made by Jared Davis. Curious what they have here on 3rd and inches. Quarterback keeper. Hopper doesn't get it. They went quarterback option there. And it's going to be 4th and 2. Do you bring pressure or not? We're going to back off here. 4th down. Tyree Figueroa wraps up Hopper. They tried it again the opposite way. And it's 1st down Arkansas State. We'll begin this possession. Ogletree. Nothing there materialized like I had wanted. Time runs out. 2nd and 15. Not normally a running down, but when you've got Maddox, they're all running downs. Touchdown. And a multi-score advantage for the Red Wolves. The Heisman Trophy hopeful has a touchdown and over 100 yards in the half. That's 12 straight games. We've checked those 2 boxes. There ain't another running back like Brian Maddox out there this season. A good streak of possessions for the Arkansas State defense. We drop 8 this time, and Hopper will take advantage, scrambling straight ahead. They want the screen, and getting there before it can set up is Randall Lyles. Fresh off that SEC Defensive Player of the Week award. Dropped. Just a flat-out drop that time. 3rd and 13. Hopper sees pressure, lofts it anyway, and the receiver kind of lost track of the ball there. And Ole Miss, I believe that's 5 straight drives now. They have come up empty. Good. He's going to fly up this close sideline and get what he can. Maddox with the carry. Breaks a tackle. And they bring him down after a gain of 9. 2nd down and 1. Big hole carved open. This is Maddox to the 35. We've always got this one here in our back pocket. Kenneth Agood in the backfield. 1st down. And now getting it into our playmakers' hands. It's a gain of 6. Rolling and throwing. That's Maddox. Too fast to the outside. And we'll let this clock roll now. Durham's in the game. Gets the carry. Gain of 3. 45 seconds to play in the first half. To the end zone. It can't get there. And now how many do we think they're sending? 3rd down and 7. They bring an extra rusher. Wide open, Agood. 1st down, Arkansas State. And we're ensuring this is the last drive of the half as Maddox gets the call, lets the block clear open. Touchdown, Arkansas State separates here in the 2nd quarter. Last play of the half, it appears, and we get the football to begin the 3rd quarter. Started off looking like it was going to be a really tough back and forth game, but eventually our defense took control the way they have of so many games this year. And when things open up for Brian Maddox, you better have an answer ready. And Ole Miss hasn't had that answer. A good, oh boy, watch out, this is trouble. The third quarter has just begun, and Kenneth Agood is off to the races. That is another touchdown for the Red Wolves. We have our eyes on the SEC title game. And now, take a 24-point lead. This one's in danger of getting really ugly. Ole Miss, 3rd and 5. Hopper heads to the air. Good timing play, but incomplete. Figueroa jars it loose. And now Agood will handle the punt return. Inside out, changing directions and crossing the 45. Christian Fine motions out. And he'll make an appearance. 3rd down to the middle and out in front of Orndorff. That pass is incomplete. Big run to start this drive. Ole Miss needs it. Adeyemi saves it from becoming a really long run. Hopper, play action, and a good pass outside the numbers. Lyles whiffs. And Martin Ruse is into Arkansas State territory. Paul Hopper, play action. Another good pass to the outside. Paul Hopper will be very high on my draft board, by the way. I would draft Paul Hopper in the first round all day. 1st and 10. Hopper on the keep. Runs past Adeyemi. Fantu stops him. Hopper again keeps. Usually I make the adjustment to have him hand it off. But I kind of like how we're consistently getting to him, and I don't mind actually him running with it. At least for the time being. Hopper again gets a block, and then meeting him is Harris, but he reaches across the 1st down mark. Hey, Arkansas won a game, guys. They beat South Carolina 49-32. Very nice. Might be their only win this year. I haven't been keeping up with them. Hopper on the keeper is hit inside the 10. Now he fakes, looking to throw, and zips the pass in there. Had just the right amount of patience and threw a perfect pass. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Paul Hopper's one of the best quarterbacks in the game. Big Paul Hopper fan here. 2-point try. Ole Miss for 2. And it's never going to happen. Hopper is dropped. This is also a massive game for Ole Miss when you consider them being number 14 in the poll puts them right on the cusp of being a playoff team. You win this game, you're probably in. You lose, I don't think you're going to get invited off of what you do in the season finale. They'll play one more game after this one. Back to pass on 2nd down. Got it there to Orndorff, who hangs on to it. Maddox gets the carry, meeting the safety. 1st down. We're going to go empty now. And because of our nice lead here in the 2nd half, we can actually make changes as we need to. Pass outside. That throw is not possible with a weak arm quarterback. 1st down, Christian Fine. Here's a run. Maddox, 17 carries now, 149. It's Kenneth Agood who will give him a breather on this play. And here's a screen. That'll work too. Fine spins upfield after Marvin could not throw the block. Might be the final play of the quarter. Agood goes down with a gain of 3. Rolling Ogletree to the right. Lets it fly. Agood in stride. Spins through. Touchdown, Arkansas State. We're looking to go to the SEC title game and put together a perfect season. It is 41-16. This is like the first time we've ever defended a quarterback running a lot of option, and I've just been comfortable with him keeping it. This time he hands, and it's a good pickup for Jared Davis. 12 for 67. Hopper again on the keeper. Gets that block on Adeyemi. Close to the marker. What I like about the option game is, like, they're moving down the field with it, but so slowly. It's just, they're running the clock for me. 2nd and inches. Pitch to Davis. Gets a great block on the outside. Good ball there by Hopper. 10 catches for Martin Ruse as we go inside 7 minutes to play. On 3rd and 7, here's Hopper over the middle, but shy of the marker. They'll go for it. Calling a play we haven't run all day. Show pressure. 4th and 2. It's a run to Jared Davis, and Tyree Figueroa shuts that down. And we'll try to run as much clock as we can and make this a fast second half. Bradley Durham will get a bunch of carries. Arkansas State, man, they are an incredible team this season. And you know, some of the toughest games in the entire series were against this school right here, Ole Miss. I remember our playoff game, just some of our meetings. They look like the best team we played the entire dynasty. Them and Georgia will be like the 2 tough opponents I'll remember from this series. Ole Miss working down the field again here in the final minutes. Hopper, good throw. It pops out of the receiver's grasp. 3rd down and 6. Hopper drifted into Elijah Hopper. Another 4th down, and the pass is caught. It will be enough. We don't have a takeaway. No interceptions in this one for Arkansas State. 24 seconds remaining. Paul Hopper, quick completion. They're inside the 5. Hopper on 4th and 1. Throws to the end zone for a touchdown. 12-0. Arkansas State will head into the SEC title game with an undefeated record. Never stronger. This is the best team we've constructed, and now the postseason will begin. And it's time to see if this team can go claim a championship. Ole Miss did not have a turnover. They moved the ball fairly well, mainly at the beginning and end of the game. Paul Hopper, 302 yards, 3 touchdowns. We could not intercept him, and they did a decent job running the football as well. Gerald Ogletree held to 196 yards with 2 touchdown passes. Brian Maddox took over there later in the first half. $149, 2 scores for him. Leading receiver is Sean Coates. A lot of tackles here for Lyles, Figueroa, Adeyemi, and Harris. Lyles was pretty busy there in the slot. But just 1 sack, no takeaways. And still Ole Miss lost by a lot. That's the strongest resume we've built going into Conference Championship Week. We add defensive tackle Taron Asaya to the recruiting class. Asaya is the number 5 defensive tackle in this class, a very highly ranked 4-star with excellent power moves, good athleticism, and above average strength. We dropped to number 2 without a loss. And the SEC championship stage is set. We will face Georgia once again. The toughest team we face this year, we now must face again. Arkansas State and Georgia collide for the SEC crown. So now we need to win 4 more games, basically, to achieve our goal of winning a championship. Gerald Ogletree has 30 touchdown passes and 9 interceptions. Feels to me like this is the best season we've seen from him. I think we've played more to his strengths. We've given him the best protection, the best running game to complement his skill set. His completion percentage has been higher, yards per attempt has been higher, and he's getting sacked very infrequently. Brian Maddox, 1,772 yards and 26 touchdowns. Where does that rank nationally? Of course, number 1. Wow, Graves fell down the charts a little bit. It's not close, but we had some guys rise up to close the gap a little. 1,772, 26 touchdowns. He has a few more receiving. The passing leader, Chance Kane, took number 1. Devontae Scruggs, 2. So where is Block? He's down here at 5 with 44 touchdowns to lead the country. Kenneth Agood has been our leading receiver with 789 yards. Christian Fine, 607, matching him in touchdowns. Orndorff, Coates, Maddox all had 3 scores this season. Tyree Figueroa, 26 TFLs, leads the team. Jeffrey Brazil, 10.5 sacks. Always finds a way to be number 1. But Dorsey's looked really good. Hopper's had a lot of great moments this season. Godeke, definitely quieter on the other edge. Top interceptor is still Andre Adeyemi. We did not get a bunch of turnovers today, but still played really good defense. Jamie Finger, 16 of 22. This has been a sloppier year for kicking field goals. I missed 1 short one. Looks like I'm good for one of those every season. And then we've missed 4 from long range or under 50, like 40 to 49, and then only 1 of 2 beyond 50. Gerald Ogletree has 145 career touchdowns and 45 interceptions. That puts him 10 touchdowns behind Case Keenum. And he potentially has, 5 games remaining at most. We hope it would be 4. So next time we take on Georgia again in the SEC title, we have to conquer the Bulldogs a second time to get that first round bye and our first SEC championship. We didn't play a lot of close games this season. We played 2 that finished with a 1 possession margin of victory. UNC in week 1 and then Georgia in that mid-season meeting. I threw a couple picks in that game. We did get a couple off of Derek Achan. Gave up a big day to Anthony Kalu. Gotta try to clamp down on the running game a little bit and find ways to keep playing the brand of defense that we've developed this season. And you guys can let me know at this stage what you think about this next episode. Should it just be the Georgia game? That's how I've usually done it. You know that even if we lose, there's going to be a college football playoff game, so it could be a 2-game episode. But do these types of games still garner their own video? I've kind of gotten into the point with this series where, 2-game episodes feel like the base, and now 1 games kind of feel incomplete if they're more regular season. Obviously, this is a championship game, so it's a little bit different. And the next time I do tackle a series like this, I do think I have some more ideas for how I can make it not be like a 10-month series. If I'm playing less single-game episodes early and doing more 2 and even 3-game episodes, I know we could get through some seasons a little bit faster. It's part of why I love this live comm format. I will say I have no interest in doing the old format again, where I would do the loop of playing, editing, and then commentating, basically seeing those games 3 times. I remember when I started doing multi-game episodes, how the sessions felt, like it was a big deal, playing 2 games in a row and then editing 2 in a row, but it's so normal now. And the 3-game episodes don't even feel that weird. I've done a 4. I mean, just last week I did an MLB recording where I played a AA game, a AAA game, an MLB game, and did other stuff in the same session. So it's the videos have gotten larger, and I'm not quite uploading at the near daily pace, but I think this works. And if I even get like 2 episodes up in a week with the multi-game format, like that's a pretty good pace. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm looking forward to your feedback. As always, thank you all so much. We're back to the postseason next time, guys. This is what it's all about. Trying to get this team a championship. And we'll take on Georgia next episode. Take care. See you then.